Hello there, Internet friends. This is Danielle Pierce, creator of Real Estate Profit Lab and founder of Property Preservation Mastery. As promised, I'm here doing this live Q&A session as the conclusion, if you will, to our preservation during the pandemic campaign, which has been running for the last 10 days or so. And we've been featuring 6 recent success stories during the pandemic of folks who have either started and or scaled their businesses over the course of the past 12 months. But before I get into that, I need a favor. I need a favor. Here's what I need. All right. We always typically ask for likes, subscribes, and shares, but I'm gonna do it a little different this time. All right. I'm gonna be very, very specific. So if you've never shared a video before and you are always here watching and lurking and listening, could you hit the share button right now? Whether that's YouTube, whether that's Facebook, whether you're on Instagram, wheresoever you may be, right? If you are someone who is registered for the program and you've been successful, share the video. Those folks always share, so I'm not really too worried about those. If you're someone who watches, never says anything, never hits a like button, never leaves a comment, but you're always here, please share the video. And if you are someone, if you are one, if you are the person who's running through all my YouTube videos, we typically get about 2 to 5 thumbs down on every video. And usually it comes like immediately. It's the damnedest thing that I've ever seen. Like as soon as the video is done, there's a thumbs down. So if you are that person that's doing that, I'm gonna need you to share the video too. If you're gonna be as consistent as hitting that thumbs down button, please go ahead and share the video out too. I appreciate you. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna click over and share my screen in just a minute. For those of you who have never seen me before, again, I'm Danielle Pierce, 14-year full-time real estate entrepreneur, national property preservation expert. Got my career in corporate America. Well, started my career in corporate America in audit. I have an accounting degree from University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. I lasted 5 years in audit before I was laid off. Thought I was ready to be laid off from that job, and I was not. And I struggled very mightily for several years until I figured out my particular pathway in real estate. So of course, I've been licensed. I, have a managing broker's license for the state of Illinois. I'm in Texas now. I don't have it here because Texas is no reciprocity with anybody because that's just Texas. It's like I'm a real estate license, work with buyers, work with sellers, did short sales, help people buy foreclosures, did a couple of flips along the way, did loan modifications for people. I've done quite a broker price opinions. I've done several videos on that before. So quite a few things I've done in real estate. I finally latched on to property preservation in 2013. Made $30,000 for the first 6 months in the business. So not a lot of money, of course, but the very next year, 2014, went on to gross $332,000. And the rest, as they say, is history. So I'm still working in the industry, albeit not as much as I was in the past. But I've also, helped hundreds of people start their companies as well. And that we started doing the training in about 2017. And you guys should know, I was looking through the data. This is a pretty big deal. We have over 5,000 transactions across, different programs, property preservation. We used to do the tax lien program. We discontinued that. The ebook, over 5,000 transactions over the past couple of years, and a total of 9 chargebacks out of 5,000. And I can tell you, ain't nobody putting up numbers like that. So again, like, subscribe, share the video, especially if you fall into those categories that I outlined a few moments ago. And I'm gonna go ahead and pray to the tech gods that I can share this screen with no issue. We're gonna go ahead and get this thing started. Sound good? All right. So we call this campaign Property Preservation During the Pandemic. We're featuring 6 recent client success stories. We have up to $2,188 available in bonuses and discounts. And if there's ever a time where you should cast your little phone screen to a TV, this will be a great time to do so because, of course, we always have plenty of receipts, and today is not going to be any exception. I want to make sure that you see everything that you need to see so that you can make the right decision. All right, so tonight we're going to do a recap of the current promotion, recap of all the discount codes. There are 6 of them. If you're on our email list, hopefully you've gotten them. If not, I'm going to give them to you tonight. Then we're going to recap. I'm going to, tell you more about Rosalind Jones's story, then Tiffany Joyner out of Memphis, Tasha Wesley, Gloria Caples, Aaliyah Roddy, Tierra Newton, and we'll answer some questions. I got some pretty funny questions that came in, so I can't wait till we get to that section. And then I'm going to do a detailed walkthrough of the offers at the end. Cool beans? All righty, my friends. So what we're doing today is we are offering some discounts available on our flagship program, the best property preservation training program that there is. The program is normally $2,497, and tonight we have discounts from $200 to $500 off. So I'm going to announce those in probably the next minute or so. So just stay tuned. We're also including access to our live launch summit. That's typically $497. It's included at no additional cost. Live Launch Summit is an epic half-day training program hosted by myself, yours truly, and I basically walk you through the first 3 modules of the course. It's broken out and it's segmented out by video, by topic. Each video is probably no more than 15 minutes because y'all know I like to get right to the point and move on with my life. And I think that you guys do as well. So that's included at no additional cost. 5-day challenge number 1, establish your business foundation. It's typically $347, also included at no cost. And then 5-day challenge number 2, secure the required insurance, also included at no cost. And then finally, access to our knowledge bank, which I'm going to show you at the end during the detailed walkthrough. That's typically $497, also included at no additional cost. All right, so again, detailed recap is happening at the end. Stay tuned. For those of you who do not need to wait until the end, I'm going to go ahead and run through the discount codes now because I have been on many videos where I've been waiting for a discount code and I got to wait 51 minutes. So I'm not going to do that to y'all today. First discount code is BEAST. It is a $500 discount. And it is available right now until 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, as promised, right? So again, BEAST, all lower. It doesn't matter if it's lowercase or uppercase. All one word, $500 discounts available starting now through 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. Next discount code is Mama Bear, and this was inspired by our student Aaliyah Roddy. This is a $450 discount, and it is good from 8 p.m. Central Standard Time through 9 o'clock tonight only. Next discount code is Belief, inspired by our student Gloria Caples. That is a $400 discount, and it is available from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight. Next up, we have Generation Y. This was inspired by Tierra. She is under 30, and I want to talk to y'all about Tierra in just a second, but just know that, when I start talking about her, you're probably going to feel a little bit bad about yourself, but it's okay because I felt the same way. Generation Y, a $350 discount, and that is available from 10 to 11 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight. Last but not least, discount code is SHIFT. This was inspired by our student Tasha Wesley. $300 discount available from 11 p.m. through midnight Central Standard Time. And I think we got one more. Never Too Late. This was inspired by our student Rosalind Johnson. And this is a $200 discount, and it is available until midnight tomorrow. So, all right. Good. So I'm gonna run through these a few more times throughout the presentation. So if you missed it because you was late, because you was slacking, you'll hear it again shortly. And the purchase price, the purchase page, of course, which you'll want to bookmark. I'm gonna give you a few seconds to screenshot that. propertypreservationmastery.com/June 2021. So take a screenshot, take a photo, whatever you need to do, but make sure you get that because that's where you're gonna go. That's the link to purchase. All right, let's get into it. First, I want to talk to you about Rosalind Jones. She is a pharmacist by day, so she has a full-time job. She registered over 2 years ago and did not get started right away. So she basically got started this year, a few months ago to be exact. The thing I like about Miss Rosalind is that she lives in a multi-generational household. So it's her, I believe it's 2 children and 2 grandchildren. I may have gotten that mixed up, but I know that she has children and grandchildren in the same household with her, and they're doing it, which I think is fantastic because we always have this narrative that, Black folks don't know how to do this. We don't know how to come together, live together, and build wealth. And that's not true. Maybe it's just people that you know or I know. But nevertheless, it is being done. And she is a shining and great example of someone who's doing exactly that. She brings her granddaughter with her at times to go to different properties. She is doing a lot of inspection work to get her feet wet. And again, she is a pharmacist by day. So this is just, she doesn't have to jump into anything, so to speak. I'm not, she'd have to quit her job. And in fact, I highly discourage anyone from doing that. But I think what she's doing is an outstanding way to go ahead and get started and not let her investment into the course go to waste, right? So just to show you that you can register, wait 2 years, still pick it back up, and it'll still work for you. So she had her first 4-figure month after finally like really getting into the program and getting started. Again, 2 years after registration. So I think that is an outstanding example of what's possible and of not giving up on yourself and really not wasting money. I know I wasted a lot of money on programs that I've never utilized. So I'm glad that she did not let that happen to her. So here's her post inside of our alumni community. And she said she got her first payment, almost 4 figures, great start, but definitely over 4 figures coming in month 2. And this was from May the 26th of this year, right? So again, during the pandemic. So if you're watching, Ms. Rosalind, again, congratulations to you and shout out to you for staying with it and for introducing your children and grandchildren to entrepreneurship, because early messaging is more powerful than I think any of us realizes, myself included. Next up, we have Miss Tiffany Joyner. She works full-time in property preservation, if I'm not mistaken. Her husband also helps her complete work orders, so that is, a huge bonus as well. Miss Tiffany is 100% confident that she can handle any smoke that comes her way. So essentially, she knows that there's going to be challenges or hiccups, and she's cool with it. She doesn't run away from it. She doesn't shy away from it. She's not like freaking out about it. Like, she just gets to it. So that's one thing I really, really admire about her. She just recently sold and bought a new house, so she basically said she didn't have time to do a video. I know, so sad, right? I always think it's great to hear directly from the students, and plus, I like hearing them tell their stories, and just being able to ask questions and find out what motivates people, what inspires them. Like, why are you doing all of the things that you're doing? Because it is incredibly insightful and helpful for so many of us, myself included, especially for those folks who, a lot of people just watch and listen and learn and never say anything. So I know that you literally never know who's watching and who you're inspiring. So I encourage you, if you're someone who, shies away from posting or commenting or anything like that, it's okay to take a step outside of that box from time to time and let your light shine a little bit. All right, so back to Tiffany. She's had multiple 5-figure months during the pandemic. Again, she's been consistent. She has not let anything stop her. She has stayed on her grind. And here's a text that she sent, a message, I should say, that she sent a few months ago back in January. She said, "I'm about to be doing rich bitch shit all day Wednesday." And I was just like, I dig it. I know exactly what you mean by that. I love it. And she said, so this month she said she grows to what, 6,359 bucks. And she said the next month is going to be even more. So she's just been consistent all the way around, since she, got into gear. So again, shout out to you, Tiffany, if you're watching this now or later, for being a beacon of inspiration and light out of Memphis, Tennessee. Oh, and I forgot to mention where Miss Rosalind is working out of. She is working out of, let's see, I know she's in Florida, and I want to say it's close to Tampa, if I'm not mistaken. If I messed that up, I'm sorry. Just correct it in the comments below. Both of these ladies, I'm sure, are looking for contractors too. So if you want to reach out to them independently, of course, you're more than welcome to do so. All right. Moving on to Tasha Wesley. This was another fun, but I really think I could get used to just talking and interviewing people all day and just listening to their stories. Maybe that's gonna be in my future at some point. Who knows? But anywho, had a great time talking to Tasha. If you have not watched that video, it's on the channel. It's under the playlist Preservation During the Pandemic. Tasha works full time in the healthcare industry. Her husband also works full time in the healthcare industry, and he helps to complete work orders along with her son. Tasha had everybody cracking up during her video because she was just like, I have let everybody know I will fire you. She said it just like that. And she was not joking or playing. Like, I'm laughing. Like, Tasha was not laughing. She was like, I will fire you. And that mentality, while some people may be taken aback or offended by it, like, that is so what you need, y'all. That is so what you need to have, right? That is because when things aren't working out, if you have the courage and the ability to recognize it and act on it and move accordingly, like, you end up in so much uh, a better position than just, like a lot of us ladies do, especially in these relationships. Try to make it work. Let's try this. Let's try that. It's too soon. I don't want to give up. I don't want to be a quitter or a failure. Like, sometimes, things are what they are. And to the extent that you can acknowledge it and recognize that and move on, your life will be that much better. Just my 2 cents. But Tasha also has a separate notary business as well. She is no stranger to being an entrepreneur. So basically, she's a serial entrepreneur at this point, and she just had a $6,000 month. And check this out. I know she registered sometime last year, but she said that she officially got started in January. So a $6,000 month, just after 6 months of really digging into the business. I say that's a job well done. What do you say? If you think Tasha did a great job, or Miss Roslyn did a great job, or anyone else that we featured on the channel did a great job, please leave them some congratulations in the comments below. They're going to come back and see these videos and see these comments. And again, I think it's useful to let people know that they've inspired you, or just give them a congratulations, or give folks their flowers while they're here. Moving on. Oh, here's Tasha's post. So she made a post. This was March 10th. Again, inside of our alumni community, which is where everyone eventually ends up, once they've launched their business. And she said, I just want to let you guys know that there is work. I've been receiving work. She's working with, property preservation companies, and she's also been able to start to build a separate revenue stream from residential customers, because people always, everybody knows as hell, right? You at the property, and you changing the lock, or you cutting the grass, and here come the neighbors. What's going on? That's Miss So-and-so's house. They got all them dogs up in there. That house flooded, don't you? Like, they'll tell you all the tea. So all you gotta do is listen. Now, you can't volunteer information. You can't be like, oh yeah, the house is in foreclosure, I'm here to, with the bank. Like, you can't talk like that. So the pro tip when dealing with neighbors is to let them do all the talking. And if they continue to ask you questions, you direct them back to a toll-free number for whatever company you're there representing. But you don't start volunteering information and saying, that's not your role. Okay. So Ms. Tasha was able to grow that separate, starting to grow that residential business as well. And I think that is absolutely outstanding. And as she said here, you have to think outside the box in order to grow your business. And that's really it, right? That's really it. All right. Who we got next? Oh, for those of you who are late to the party, because some of y'all are always late, but we're not going to get on y'all today. First discount code is BEAST. It is active now. It became active at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. It runs out at 8 o'clock, $500 discount. And again, that code is BEAST. It's all, either lowercase or uppercase, it doesn't matter. That's the discount code number 1. Next up, we have Mama Bear. That code is worth a $450 discount. It is active from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock Central Standard Time tonight. I'm going to feel so bad for those of you who come watch this after the fact, like after June 16th, because I don't know, you're going to miss out on all these great deals. But I guess just make sure that you're on the email list so that you can, take advantage of future promotions as they become available, which is not that often, but it will happen. So just quick FYI. So Mama Bear starts from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Next up, we have Belief. That discount is $400, and it is available from 9 p.m. through 10 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight. Next up, we have Generation Y, and that code is worth $350 off of the full program, and it's available from 10 p.m. through 11 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight. Next up, we have the code is SHIFT, and it is a $300 discount. and it's available from 11 p.m. to midnight Central Standard Time tonight because I am in the great state of Texas. And the last code is never too late. This is for y'all who are always late to the party. A $200 discount. And it's actually going to be available through midnight Central Standard Time tomorrow, which is Thursday, June the 17th. All right. The purchase link is propertypreservationmastery.com/June 2021. So make sure you screenshot this. I'm going to leave it up for 5 more seconds. All right, moving on. So back to Miss Gloria Caples. She ran into multiple roadblocks early on. Some of them were her, kind of her own doing, and some of them were just things happening, right? So she had an issue with, I think, registering her business initially. She put down the wrong address, or there was something where the name that she chose wasn't actually available. So she had to go back and correct that, and that cost her a few extra weeks. I think she just wanted to get through everything, as quickly as possible, which I understand. People pay their hard-earned money. I get it, and they're like, okay, I want to see if this works. I want to get through all of this so I can go ahead and get started. And it's fine. I definitely understand that sentiment, but it is always useful to make sure that you're actually following the steps as they're outlined because I put them in a certain order, for very specific reasons. So there's that. So she ran into a few roadblocks early on. She felt extreme levels of frustration with the business, which is also somewhat normal. Like you're gonna feel frustrated. It's gonna feel stressful. Anything new is stressful, though. I was talking to my partner about people's seemingly so many people being crippled and paralyzed by fear. And he just said that basically that's kind of our default, right? Anything that's new, we're like, oh, whoa, what's that? That looks scary. That looks different. And so the default mode is fear, and society kind of beats that into you over time. So I guess the older you get, the more likely you are to feel fearful, which is why children, they don't have those problems because, they're young and they haven't been told for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years that they can't do something or they shouldn't do something or this may or may not work out. So she was really, really frustrated in the beginning. It was still very early on, though, too. I want to make sure I focus on that because, a lot of I shouldn't say a lot, some of our students are very frustrated with themselves because it's like they want to get it immediately because they're superstars and they're type A's and they're used to getting things and making it happen, right away. But it's brand new. It's new industry, new lingo, new terminology. Like everything's new about it for most of the people who register. Like 95% of the folks who register, they have no prior experience in the industry at all. Even most of the success stories, the people that we're featuring this month, they have no prior experience in the industry whatsoever. And as a matter of fact, they've worked in entirely unrelated industries and they still have been able to pull down these numbers that we've been, showcasing over the past 10 days. So I really think that that is outstanding. Ms. Gloria had some issues finding contractors, which is normal. You're going to have issues with that. And she said in her own words that she was at the end of her rope of sanity. Shortly after that email came through, she had a $3,000 month. Said she was finally able to pay her contractor. She was worried about the company not paying her, I guess. Like, oh my gosh, what if they don't pay me? I do all this work and I don't get paid. But she got paid because most people get paid. And she's still within the first, 6, 7 months of course register. Like she's still very, very young and early in the process. So again, the sky is just going to be the limit for her and for everyone else that we're talking about. So here's her screenshot from our alumni community. Again, this is from May the 5th. And she says, I just got my first over $3,000 payout from Guardian. And she was just, super ecstatic about it. And I made sure to point out to her that I love the fact that she was able to keep going in spite of all her doubts and constant what if scenarios and fear, that was, she was all the concerns that she had. I think when you can experience all that and keep going like that, that's when you got it, right? And whether you do preservation, whether you do taxing investing, whether you do network marketing, like you're going to make some shake if you stay consistent even when you're feeling high levels of fear. Speaking of which, unrelated, these earrings are super cute, and if you guys did not know from looking at me today, my favorite color of course is purple in all shades. All right, moving on. Next up, we have Miss Elia Roddy. So it's not pronounced like the singer Aaliyah. She says she does not like to be called that. It's the focus is on the E. So Elia Roddy. She is a full-time mom, a full-time wife. Said her husband is supportive and helps her with the business as well. And she went from $550 the prior month to over $6,000 in monthly revenue. And she credits tithing for her success. And here's her screenshot here. This is from May the 26th. May the 26th must have been a great day because there was a lot of like great posts in the group and or great wins inside of our community that day. So let me go back and see what was special about May 26th. Was that one of the lunar eclipses or the what did they be talking about on social media? The retrogrades? I'm gonna go back and check it out. But she says, hey, we're tithers. We went from $525 to $6,600 total monthly revenue. Our next goal is 10K. Have no doubt that she's going to make that happen because, again, she is someone who's also within the first 7 months, I think. It's definitely been, I want to say 6 or 7 months. It hasn't been that long. And so she was able to hit $6,600 in revenue. And that is a big deal. Like, oh my gosh, if you guys could just sit back for a minute and take in the fact that all these folks have no prior experience, um, didn't receive like monthly like coaching and check-in and accountability calls. Like that's not how our program is set up. And they're still able to have this level of success and still able to pull in money during a pandemic and still be able to, for the most part, be at home. Like you'll hear, especially who was that I was talking to? I want to say it was Tiara's interview when I talked with her. And she was just like, yeah, I went out into the field and she went into one property and it was full of bugs and trash and mold. And she was like, yeah, I'm good on this. So she just, she doesn't go out very often because she doesn't like to do so. So that's an option for you eventually, right? Like, I don't want you to start with the goal of, I'm just going to sit at home and never go out into the field and I'm going to have contractors manage everything and figure everything out. That's not going to be a very successful business. Like you got to put your hands on it for a time in order to take your hands off of it. All right. So on to Miss Tiara. She is mommy to a 2-year-old. She has one on the way. So congratulations. Give her a shout of congratulations and well wishes in the comments, please. She's a full-time wife. Her husband is supportive and helps her with the business as well. She had a lot of doubters, she said, due to other failed business ventures, but I actually don't know if they were failures. I think that in her own words, Tiara mentioned that she just, she tried a lot of different things. Like she is someone who she calls herself unhireable. She said her husband told her that she was insubordinate. So she is just not, she doesn't adapt well as an employee, which is fine. This is not this is not meant to bash employees. I've been one. My children are my employees now. So it's being an employee is not the end of the world. But if you know that that's not your calling and you know that you want to do more and not quote unquote be micromanaged, then that's okay to acknowledge that. So she acknowledged that. And she said a lot of her friends were like, oh yeah, girl, what's this latest thing you're doing now? You're gonna be doing what? You're gonna be dealing with repairs and maintenance of foreclosed properties. They were like, okay, we'll see what you're gonna be doing in 3 weeks. So I guess she would switch it up every 2 or 3 weeks. She said she had a bartending license and a whole bunch of other things. And I get it, right? You're trying to find your path, and your path, in spite of how we kind of train children, or as children we're trained that you figure out what you want to do in life and you go after it and you do it and you accomplish it, and it's like this straight trajectory up. That's not really what it is. It's more like this and then all the way back down and then all the way back down again, then back up. That it's not a linear process by any stretch of the imagination, but we keep trying to tell our children that that's what it is, and we get mad at ourselves when it doesn't work that way. It don't work that way. It didn't even work that way for me. So she had some doubters and some haters for that reason, but she stuck with it. And Tiara actually had an $11,000 month in January during the height of the pandemic. And a part of that $11,000 was a $5,000 clean out, which she did. And that is like that, my friends, that's a big damn deal, right? That is a big deal. Do you know how long it took me to have a month over $10,000? I'll tell you exactly what it happened. It happened in 2014. Right. So 2013, we made $30,000 in preservation. 2014 made $332,000. So 2014 was my first. That's probably my second. My first, my setup. The first time I was consistently hitting, $10,000 plus months. The other time that it happened was doing broker price opinions, and I had a $10,000 month doing that. I want to say that was 2012. No, that was 2011 when my daughter was born. Because I was in like nesting mode, and I was like, "Oh, I got to make all this money. We need money. We need money for the kids, for my daughter." That was the only other time. My first set of being able to consistently hit $10,000 months was in 2014. I was laid off in 2007. So we're talking 7 years after corporate America. I did hit six figures finally in 2012, maybe. It took about a little over 5 years. So it took a long time. And here she is, not even 30 years old, pulling down, an $11,000 a month in January during the middle of a global economic recession. So that's a big deal, y'all. So please give her a round of applause and congratulations and all the good things, because she deserves it along with everyone else. If you've not watched her video, you should go check it out. And as you can see here, looking at Tierra, like she don't look like she would like go to no properties. Neither do I. So that just goes to show you that it can't be done, right? Because I know I am not able. That is not my ministry to be going and stumping through these properties and doing videos. Like I'll do it, and I have done it, but I don't like it. Like it's not fun for me. Like for some people, they love it. They love to the dirtier, the messier, the more spiders and bugs, the merrier. And that's definitely not me. I don't like to be dirty or sweaty or hot. And I don't like to feel like things are crawling on me. So if you haven't watched Tierra's video, go check it out. It's pretty entertaining. So what do all these people have in common? I'll tell you. They all had roadblocks, every last one of them, every single student we've ever featured. And I'm sure this will be the case, for the years to come, right? For as long as we're offering this particular program, because you'll see Property Preservation Master being offered as long as I think it's viable and that people can take it, pick it up, take the training and be successful with it and launch a six-figure business. The day that that's no longer the case, that's the day when we'll pull this training in light of something else. But yeah, they all had roadblocks. Period. Whether that was contractors, whether that was insurance, whether that was personal issues, whether that was money problems, they all had them. They all experience frustration with contractors, some more so than others. I think it is incredibly helpful if you have someone close to you that's willing to assist you in the field. I think it eases some of that burden initially. But for a lot of women, I find that they don't have anybody. Like they don't have a husband, boyfriend, an uncle, a cousin. Not to say that they all got to be men, right? That maybe they could be ladies too. I'm just saying. But I think it eases that initial frustration, especially during when you're in the learning phase. It is challenging to be brand new to something in terms of learning it, and then to be trying to bring other people onto your team to work with you, and you're brand new, right? And sometimes they pick up on that. So when they pick up on that naivete and that uncertainty, like they kind of go the other direction. All the folks who are featured here question whether this was the right industry from them. I'm sure that they have. Some I know for a fact they have, and others I just know that that's the process. Especially when you pay money for a program, now you got the insurance, now you got this business, now you got this website. And you're like, well, damn, like what's going to happen? Especially when things slow down during the beginning of the pandemic. All of these people made back the money they invested in the course. And some of them have made it back 5, 10, 20 times over. Period. That's a big deal. Do you know how amazing that is? Do you know how rare that is? How many people pay for programs and never make any money back that they invested in it? I barely made back the money that I invested joining 5LINX. I paid $500, and let me see how much I made. I got a $300 bonus, and I got a $150 bonus. So I came close to making back the money I invested for 5LINX, but nevertheless, I did not exceed it for sure. So these people, every last one of them, made back the money they invested in the course and some. And they all did it during the global pandemic which was, kicked off by COVID-19 in basically March of 2020. Can we just have a moment of silence for the greatness that and ambition and motivation and you know the just we gonna figure this shit out. Like that is absolutely amazing. I am so happy to have been a spark or catalyst for these people and their families and the financial trajectory of their lives. Like that is dope. All right, T. Recap of the discount codes one more again. Beast is our first discount code. It is active now. So, and it expires at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. It is a $500 discount. Again, 7 to 8 o'clock tonight. So if you are watching this, the clock is a ticking and you are about to run out of time to get this $500 discount. So I encourage you to go ahead and click the link to register, which I'm going to show you again in just a second if you didn't screenshot it before. Next discount code is Mama Bear, and that discount is $450. And that code will be active from 8 o'clock p.m. through 9 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time tonight. Next discount code is Belief. That code is worth $400 off, and it is available from 9 p.m. through 10 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight. Next up, we have Generation Y. That code is worth $350, a $350 discount, and it's available from 10 p.m. through 11 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight. And what else do we have? Shift. That is a $300 discount, and it is available from 11 p.m. through midnight Central Standard Time. And then last but not least, we have Never Too Late. That code is a $200 discount, and it's available from now until midnight Central Standard Time tomorrow, which is Thursday, June the 17th. Link to purchase, propertypreservationmastery.com/June 2021. I'm going to go ahead and drop that in the description box, and it'll be left up as a pinned comment as well. All right. What else we got? If you miss these deals, you will miss what I consider to be probably a pretty perfect window of opportunity to launch your business now as the world is starting to reopen on the tail end of the pandemic. I do want to be clear that Corona is not, has not been defeated. We've made significant progress in the US after months of many, many missteps, but there's plenty of other places around the world that have not had the success that we've had with the vaccine rollout. So I do want to be mindful of that. This particular opportunity, though, is only applicable to, the United States. So please keep that in mind. I don't know if it works anywhere else, and I can't, guide you through that process, but this is for the United States only. All right. If you miss these deals, you'll always have to fight through the usual roadblocks, but I think it'd be better to do it during a time of potentially increased work volume, right? I think that'll be beneficial to be able to know that the volume is here, right, or it's coming very soon. So you want to have that time to get through the roadblocks, so that you can be ready to be up and running when they start, sending a bunch of work your way. And the last thing I want you to consider is that the longer you wait, the greater is going to be the gap between the folks who stepped forward and got started, over the course of the last year, right? We do have folks who started, some of the folks we featured tonight who registered after the pandemic started, and they, were able to take those early months and kind of get ready and increase their understanding, spend more time studying, and even though they probably didn't appreciate it at the time, they're probably like, "Oh, where's the work? What's happening? What's going on? What's the moratorium going to be lifted? What? I just spent all this money and now I'm just sitting here." But now it is paid off very handsomely for, every one of these people that we featured tonight. So the longer you wait, the longer that gap is going to be between those folks who fought through the pandemic, and for those of you who are starting today. All right, so let's get into these questions before we close up out of here. Will this work if there aren't a lot of foreclosures in my area? Probably not. I've mentioned this, preservation is obviously driven by foreclosure activity. If there's not a lot of foreclosures, not going to be a lot of preservation work. And to check foreclosure activity, I like subscribing to dsnews.com and nationalmortgagenews.com as well. All right. Do you have to go to every property to look at it first? You do not, but I do want to make it clear that you should go look at some of the properties. You should want to go do this because it's your business and you should want to know what's going on. And you can't rely on contractors to do 100% of everything that's in the field. Like, that's not how it works. Even if that contractor is your husband or your significant other, like, you should go to some of the properties, especially in the beginning, so that you can get a visual representation of what's out there. Now, you may have the reaction like Tiara, where she was like, oh, hell no, I'm not about to be going through these properties all the time. Like, and that's fine, right? But at least she went. Versus someone who never goes and then just tries to hand off everything. Like, that's not how this is going to work. All right. Is a list of contractors included in the course? Absolutely not. I saw this question. I was like, this is so funny. This is not a business in a box. If I am handing out a list of contractors to students all across the country, you can rest assured that this course will very quickly go up to $10,000. There's no way in hell I'm doing all that work up front and passing it along to anybody else. That is not what's ever going to happen. So no, you don't get a list of contractors. It's your business, your company. You hire people, you screen them, and you bring them on board to come work with you. Does the course include exactly where, how to bid on contracts? So this question is it indicates a slight misconception about the process. So we teach people how to get contracts with property preservation companies to do property preservation work. So there's no bidding on a contract. These are not government contracts that you're bidding on. It's just simply a contract that you apply for and you say, hey, I'm looking to cover, Fulton County, DeKalb County and Cobb County in Georgia, keep me on the list if there's work available, or here's my application. And sometimes they have a list of questions they want you to answer. Sometimes there's a quiz, sometimes there's a phone interview, but essentially you are just applying to get a contract. Then once you secure it for a particular territory, they'll start sending you work. So you're not bidding on contracts. And then as far as the work as it actually comes in, most of the work has a set price. And then if it's something outside of the ordinary, like for example, a student emailed me about a roof job where the roof had fallen in and it needed to be resheeted and there was mold and there was hazardous debris, that kind of stuff you bid on, right? But you're not bidding on a contract per se. All you're doing is creating a company, creating your operating guide, creating your price sheets, and you're hiring contractors or working with family and friends to go out and help you to do the work in the field. And then if there's something unusual that comes up, then you would bid to do that work. All right. What happens if I receive work and I don't have contractors? So this is like everybody's nightmare. So this question came in again, I think through the support email. And here's your options if you receive work and you don't have contractors. You could freak out about it and just, complain and say, oh my gosh, I have all this work and I don't have contractors. I don't know what to do. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. All right. So you could freak out and be like, oh my gosh, I have work. I don't at work and no contractors. I don't know what to do. You could do nothing. Some people do that. You could start recruiting very heavily using Indeed, using Craigslist, using Facebook groups. I had somebody say, well, I don't know how to find a Facebook group. So all you do is type in your city, let's say it's Chicago, and, Chicago, jobs, or Chicago side hustles, or, there's groups that for basically every city, for folks who are looking for work. Those are the groups you want to join. You could do that. You could do the work yourself. Obviously not ideal, especially if you don't know how to or don't want to, but it is an option to do the work yourself. You could, recruit other people in your family to assist you. What else could you do? You could decline it and send it back, right? There's always that option too. A lot of people that we get are not prior business owners, and so they kind of don't understand the relationship between you as a property preservation vendor and having a contract with any of these companies. But you don't have to do anything if you don't want to. If you don't want to do it or you can't do it, you just send it back and say, I'm not able to do it. You're not going to be fired, you're not going to be penalized, you're not going to lose the contract. Now if you consistently do it, then yeah, they're going to find somebody else to replace that coverage area that you're supposed to cover. But if you can't do something, you just say, I can't do it. Or you could ask for an extension. You could say, hey, I'm brand new, be upfront about it. I'm brand new. I don't really know what's going on, but if you give me a week, then we'll get it done. And that's probably going to work for you as well. I've seen work orders this year where the companies were like, oh my gosh, this is a rush. Can you get this done by tomorrow? But the original due date was 3 weeks ago. So if this was due 3 weeks ago, why are you rushing me to do it? Right? Like, we got time, I mean, we'll figure it out, but we have time. So what I'm saying is, it's not anything for you to freak out about. It's not the end of the world. If you can't do it, send it back. Or you could ask for more time, or you could, really hit the pavement looking for contractors, because they're out there. I've even gone to Home Depot early in the morning. There's people there looking for work all the time. So all you got to do is just make a connection between you as someone who needs workers and going out and finding someone who actually wants to work. A lot of folks say they want to work and they don't, but we're not focused on those people, you guys. People say a lot of things that they want to do and they don't want to do it. Who cares? That's humans. All right, move on. All right, how long do I have to finish the course? You have as long as you need. There's no time limit on it. I think it could be done in 8 weeks. Actually, I think it could be done in 2 weeks, but can't put my my thoughts and abilities, and my mindset and forcing on everyone else, right? I don't think it takes very long at all. Like, I think getting a real estate license, people like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna start working on my real estate license. I'm gonna get myself to the end of the year. It takes 2 weeks. Why you need to the end of the year? Why you need 6 months to do something that take 2 weeks? When people start talking like that, I immediately think that they're just, looking for an out in the beginning, right? Kind of like a setup for failure, because literally you can get through the course in 2 weeks. Now, we know what you're doing in terms of being proficient. No, you won't. That'll come with time, but you can get through it in 2 weeks. You can get your insurance, set up your business, apply for all these companies. And given the way that the pandemic is going, you can get a contract all within the next 2 to 3 weeks. And then you will, a lot of the rest of it, a lot of it you will figure out kind of on the job, or by looking at prior videos or talking to students in the alumni community. That's how that process will work. But again, it don't take a whole day to recognize sunshine. So I'm sorry if that offends some people, but yeah, it don't take that long. Same with getting your real estate license. It don't take all day. Take 2 weeks. All right, will it be easy to find contractors? No. I'm gonna recap all the codes again. Beast is a $500 discount. It's available for a few more minutes. Expires at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. So encourage you to click over and register if you have not already to get that $500 discount. Next up, we have Mama Bear. This is a $450 discount. This code is available from 8 to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight. Next up, we have Belief. And that code is worth $400 off, and it expires. It's available from 9 to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight. Next up, we have Generation Y. That's a $350 discount, and it is available from 10 p.m. through 11 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight. And then we have discount code SHIFT. That code is a $300 discount, and it is available from 11 p.m. through midnight Central Standard Time. And then last but not least, we have Never Too Late. That is a $200 discount, and it is available until midnight Central Standard Time tomorrow. So Thursday, June the 17th. All right. Purchase link is propertypreservationmastery.com/June 2021. Y'all got it? All right. So let me go ahead and pause for a second. I will be right back. All right, I'm back. Had to go find some tissue real quick. These allergies in Texas are there's something. So I want to go click over and show you the full Property Preservation Mastery Program along with the live launch summit, what that looks like, since that's included as well for, no additional cost. It's typically $497. The 5-day challenge number one, that's $347. It's also included tonight at no additional cost. And then 5-day challenge number two, secure the required insurance, also included at no additional cost. And I do want to show you what the knowledge bank looks like. It's typically $497, included at no additional cost as well. So the total value of all those bonuses and discounts is up to $2,188 off of, up to $2,188. So I want to make sure that you are crystal clear on what you're getting, what's included, what's not included, because I want you to have clarity around that. I don't want there to be any confusion. So let me go ahead and do a quick screen share. Let's see. So here is 5-day challenge number one. This is what it looks like. So this is the foundation of the entire program. You have to set up your business. If you don't set up your business, you don't get to do any of the other steps, obviously. So I wonder if I should get that phone. It's probably not going to stop ringing. Hold, please. Of course, it stopped ringing. I didn't even know where the phone is at. My daughter hides it. All right, so this is 5-day challenge number one. It's 14 lessons, and essentially every single day you get a very short and sweet, homework lesson to complete. And once you complete every lesson for the 5 days, you will have officially set up the foundation for your business. So the address, the phone number, the website, the name of the company, the LLC registration, Dun & Bradstreet, tax ID number, all that is done here. And then from 5-day challenge number one, you'll go to 5-day challenge number two, secure the required insurance. Here, very identical setup. So day one, day two, day three, day four, day five, you're doing an insurance application with some company to secure the insurance that you need for your business, which is professional liability. It's also called errors and omissions, general liability, and sometimes you need workers' comp, depending upon the company you partner with and the state in which you live. In terms of the actual program itself, the full program is now 63 lessons. It was 62. I added another one maybe 2 weeks ago, I think, on bid approvals. So there's 63 lessons in here. Obviously, you have unlimited access and lifetime access to it. There's never any cap or restrictions upon it. What I found is that the most successful people log on into this program over 45 times. That seems to be the sweet spot. And I know this because I can check to see. And people who've logged on 45 times, they rarely have questions. They're rarely confused. These are the folks who just kind of, register, they're quiet, and they're like, boom, I had $5,000 this month, or I had a $7,000 a month, or I had a $6,000 a month. Those are the folks who do that because they log on, they get right to work, and they just follow everything from start to finish. So module one is here. Establish a legal entity. Module two is build the foundation for your business. Module three, again, is insurance. Module four is choosing your business operations. Module five is all vendor applications and assessments. So every assessment that you'll see, there's the, an expectation of what questions they're going to ask you, along with how the process works. That's included in here. Module six is price sheets and operating guides. And module seven, we've devoted to hiring and training contractors. So photo requirements, how to talk to contractors, what questions should you ask them, bid submission, bid approvals, all of that stuff is included in here, along with a couple of real life work orders that I've completed for my company. All right, so that is the actual program itself. And then here, the Live Launch Summit, I want to show you guys this. This is a half-day group training event. It is a replay, but it's broken down into, how many videos is this? 13 very short videos. So this video here, walkthrough about the insurance application. This video here is a walkthrough about getting commercial auto or hired non-owned auto. If I go back to the first page, here's how you decide on a business structure. Here's the steps to create the business. And so it's broken down by, so for the website, there's a referral for that. For CPAs, there's a referral for that. Getting your tax ID number and your DUNS number, there's a video for that. So you can just follow this at your leisure and, go through these steps in order, preferably. Getting your background check is included here as well. So this is Live Launch Summit, and those of you who registered today under this current promotion, you'll have access to this on a lifetime basis as well. It never expires. And then lastly, I want to show you, well, not lastly, the Knowledge Bank. I've mentioned that a few times. So, people are like, what is a Knowledge Bank? What is that? So this is where we have a bunch of different questions and answers from prior students about prior scenarios or recent scenarios that they've encountered where we've already addressed it and provided an answer to it. So most of the questions are well, these are general questions. And here we're at, there's 38 there. But if I go down to Module 5 has 25 questions. Module 6 has 10 questions. Module 7 about contractors has, lots of questions here, 29 questions. So there's probably 150 or so different questions and answers here that you can access at your leisure, and very helpful to people who are actually going through the program. In terms of where you'll end up as soon as you register, we do have a fast start group, which of course I didn't open up, but that's where you start. And then once you get your business together and get your insurance, you land in the alumni community. And here I'm just looking at all the different post topics under the category wins. So you can see here from, people from a lot of the screenshots that I showed you during the presentation, got them from this group. So just showing you in real life that they actually exist, that they're not a figment of anyone's imagination. A lot of the screenshots, they're from here. So all the different, wins and success stories and challenges, they come from, our alumni community, and people post them themselves and they make it happen. All right, y'all, let's see what else we got to cover today. Where's my presentation at? So that's what's all included inside of the registration tonight during our Preservation During the Pandemic campaign, which, if you're on the fence, it's time for you to go ahead and get off that bad boy. So up to $2,188 available in discounts and bonuses. And the last couple things I want you to consider, you guys, is this. We have the best property preservation training program in the country. People always ask, well, not always, every now and then an email will come through and it'll say, I'm considering this program and someone else's, what are your thoughts on their program? I don't even know that program even existed, but I don't have any thoughts on it. I don't know anything about it, but I do know that this program got plenty of receipts, plenty of testimonials, plenty of success stories. It works, even for people who registered a couple of years ago and just now decided to go ahead and get started, as we saw with Miss Roslyn, and other people as well, right? So it definitely works. And then consider this, if you knew how to do it already, you'd probably be done with it, right? There's lots of videos on this YouTube channel, lots of content that's available out there, lots of articles that I've written on LinkedIn, lots of like podcast episodes. There's a lot of information out there, but putting all that stuff together, that is where all the magic happens. And that is where we excel. And that's how we have been able to churn out success stories so consistently for so long. And that's why we have 9 chargebacks out of 5,000 transactions since 2017. Let's not lose sight of that. All right, you guys, so the clock is ticking. All the discount codes expire at midnight Central Standard Time tonight, with the exception of Never Too Late. That code's going to be active until tomorrow. That discount code is $200 off. All right. Here is the final presentation, a final screenshot, I should say, of all the codes that you guys need to see. I'll let you guys screenshot that again. Beast, $500 off. Mama Bear, $450 off. Belief, $400 off. Generation Y, $350 off. Shift, $300 discount. And Never Too Late is a $200 discount. Everything here expires tonight, with the exception of Never Too Late. It expires tomorrow night, June 17th at midnight. Purchase link again, propertypreservationmastery.com /June 2021. And my friends, I think we're done. So at the very beginning, I asked you guys to please share the video. If you're someone who's never shared the video, if you're always here watching and you've never shared it, so I'm going to add a couple things to that list. If you have learned anything from this, my YouTube channel, from Instagram, from anything I've written on Facebook, please share the video. If you've been inspired or motivated, please share the video. If you are the person who's going through leaving a thumbs down on my YouTube videos, please share the video. If you think that this is a program that you like to do and you've been thinking about it, but you're still kind of on the fence and you're not quite there yet, I still ask for you to share the video anyway, because you never know who in your network you may spark or inspire. I am so grateful to all the students who agreed to allow us to feature them. I'm going to go back and post the links to all their websites in the comment section on YouTube, because I know that some of them are looking for contractors. And I know that some of you guys like to reach out to people directly. So hopefully they're open to that. I do thank each of you for allowing me to, feature you and talk about your business, because it has been uh, unimaginably helpful to lots of people and very inspiring to me, again, to be able to be just a small catalyst in your greatness that you've manifested over the course of the last year. To everyone else who's watching, thank you for your time. Appreciate you as always. Please, what else? Yeah, thank you. And sending you guys love, light, peace, blessings, grace, and clarity. I'm going to leave this link up for a few more minutes, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.